Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Again, it's your boy Wendy bringing you our picks for today, January 26th. But before we get into that, let's recap yesterday and how we did against the slate. Yesterday, Bando and I went 13-6, I believe. Bando going 5-4 and myself going 8-2. We had a couple close ones where the stats were only 1, maybe 2 off. And then LeBron missing it by quite a bit on the points wise due to Anthony Davis coming back and being on the floor, and then Sabonis having a below average game. Sadly, you'll see our dollar bet has failed, missing both with Simmons and Clarkson. They had a little tough showing in the first half for Simmons, and then Clarkson kind of went silent in the second. We'll be talking about them a little bit more later. In better news, our ladder challenge has squeaked by the last couple minutes of that Jazz game. Had us sweating a little bit with Clarkson and Simmons. Luckily, they both kind of put it together, putting us with all 15-point players coming through. Tomorrow, we're going to be putting up a couple more. Make sure to check out our TikTok. We put somewhere around there, and you can trail us. We're going to try to get to 10. Got a little surprise if we get halfway, we'll let y'all know about that. Just stay tuned for it. Now let's not waste any more time and get into these 6 games. So first up, we'll have the Knicks traveling to the Garden to play the Celtics. Here we'll have Bando putting up Jalen Brunson for 4+ assists. On away games this season, he's been averaging 6, and against Boston he had 10 the last time they met. He's hit this in 10 out of his last 10 games. We're looking for him to keep up that trend. And for myself, I'm going to have another 4+ assist player in Jason Tatum. He's hit this in 10 out of his last 12. He had 5 the last time they played. And without Marcus Smart, at least from what we've seen, the offense has been running a lot through Tatum touching the ball every single time they come down the floor. We're going to continue to look for him to keep up this trend. Keep touching the ball, passing it around, sharing the love, getting targeted a lot more now that a lot of defenses are going to be looking for him to have it all the time. Next up, we're going to be having this guy's team, the Hornets, playing up against the Bulls. This game, we're actually going to take a money line on it as well as our 2 picks. We're going to have that a few times today. There's a lot of good games going on where weaker teams are playing middle ground to way more solid teams. Bando's going to come through first with DeRozan for 20 points. He's done this in 17 out of his last 20. He's averaging 27 on away games right now. And he's been back into the swing of things from that injury. We'll be looking for him to go at Terry Rozier, with him being a lot smaller and weaker compared to him. And then my pick will be Vucevic double-double. Sadly, he missed this the last time I put him up. But this was the first time he's done that this month. And that was off of a back-to-back with Turner pulling him away from the rim a lot, being more of a perimeter center in a way. Tonight he'll be going up against Mason Plumlee, who's been known to be getting dogged on the boards this season. Last time he gave up 13 against them. Looking for another big game from Vooch. Next up, we're having the Nets play against the Pistons. We're going to be taking moneyline Nets on this at -405. First off, I'm having Kyrie come through with 25+ points. Only missing this in 3 games this month. He's been averaging 28.3 in this month and in December. We're going to be looking up for another good game with Cade Cunningham not being in still. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season, I believe. He'll be looking to take advantage of a second-string point guard guarding him. And then Nick Claxton, 10+ points for Bando. Since KD being out, over the last 5 games, he's been averaging 35 minutes and 20 points per game. Now going up against weaker Pistons, we're going to be looking at 10 points to be a low ball for him. Next up, we see Cleveland going up against Houston. We're going to be taking Cleveland's money line here at -320. Bando will be taking Jared Allen for 10+ points. He's hit this in 9 out of his last 12, and over the last 5, he's averaging 16. This is another game we're looking at to be one of our locks. We see no reason he shouldn't be able to. Sengun has been a very good player this season, but he's going to lack that maturity that someone who's been in the league will have. Now, I'm putting up Mobley for 6 rebounds. This has been a lock almost the entire season, only missing this line in 3 games. We really like Mobley over here. He's on arguably the best defensive rebounding team in the league on the Cavs. Going up against the Rockets, this is going to be our lock of the day. Next up, we're going to have the Suns playing against the Mavericks. We'll be taking the money line for the Mavericks here at plus 102. We really like this one. Suns have been playing with a lot of players out between Booker, Ayton, Cameron Payne, Jay Crowder. I think there's another one on there as well. He'll be taking Mikal Bridges for 15 plus points on Bando's side. He's hit this in 9 out of his last 10. With Booker being out, he's been looked at to carry a lot more of the offensive load than he's used to. But he is averaging 22 points per game in his last 5 doing this. Now for my pick, I'm going to be taking Dinwiddie for 15 plus points. He got this for me last time. Christian Wood being out has given him a bit more looks, spreading a lot more love around for the team. He's put up 20 in 5 out of his last 6, and on that one game that he missed, it was 19. He's only missed this line 3 times this month, and going up against a banged-up Suns team, he's going to be looked at to carry some of the offensive load behind Luka. Rounding out the night, we have the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Clippers. Don't have any money line on this game. It's kind of a toss-up. The Spurs have been good at beating teams randomly throughout the year. Bano will be taking Kawhi for 20 plus points. He's hit this in 9 out of his last 10. He's averaging 29 in his last 5 games. Spurs aren't looking too good right now. They've lost a lot in a row, I believe. Losing to the Lakers tonight puts them at 7 out of their last 8. 8 out of their last 9 games have been losses. So you could put them for a money line if you really wanted to. Kawhi for 20 has been a lock recently. And then on my side, we have Paul George going up for 4 assists. Paul George has been playing a lot more shooting guard with Kawhi out. It's making a lot more opportunities for him to play make for the team. He's only missed this line once since December 12th. And we're looking for another good night of passing from him. Lastly, we're going to be putting up our $1 bet that we're going to keep trying to roll until the end of the season. Hopefully we can get it tonight. Failed it last night. We're taking Vucevic here. Looking at him for a double-double and a Chicago Bulls win, which we do have already on our list. Feel very strongly about this. We love Vooch. We're both from around the Chicago area. So definitely got a little spot for him in our hearts. And we're looking to put this up. I believe it's paying out $1.88, so we'll be reinvesting that tomorrow if this hits. All right, and that wraps up today's picks from us. Really appreciate you coming to the channel and visiting. Hopefully y'all can trail some of this. We'll be betting all of these bets and putting them up for you tomorrow. Hopefully they all hit, showing you what we get out of it. And then stay tuned, go to the TikTok, check that out for our ladder challenge. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you tomorrow.